Roll.
All right, guys, here we are on a map I never thought I would cast again in my history of as a StarCraft 2 commentator. It is Desert Oasis, and up at the top, well, sort of the top of the map, it is our pink Terran player from the team Vile. It is Illusion. And down at the bottom of the map, in the red, from the team Evil Geniuses, it is iNcontroL. We are all tied up 1-1, Kevin.
Yes.
Who do you think has a better chance? Honestly, like, give me your predictions for Desert Oasis.
iNcontroL said some of these maps are almost an eighth as old as you. His Illusion, I believe, is just 16 years old.
It's true. It's actually true.
Oh, my God. My predictions for this?
Wow.
I can't hazard a guess other than I hope Illusion does some sort of something through the air, Thor drop, or... Oh, man.
Well, here's the thing. This is the second version of Desert Oasis, so this actually doesn't have that cliff that used to be there.
Why don't you go ahead? I usually introduce the maps, but I know you love this map so much. Why don't you take us through this map a little bit?
All right. Well, here's the thing. All right. So we've got a rather large main. It used to be bigger, but it's still quite big. The natural is really far away from the main, so for Zergs it's a problem. Doesn't really matter as much. You've got a little bit of a choke there. It's actually a very narrow choke coming into the main, and if we look to the right, there is rocks breaking that ramp, so there are two ways into your natural expansion, and there's a third base potentially right there. There also are gold bases on this map. As we can see, there's 3 Xel'Naga towers, so even though there's a lot of room to drop, good luck doing it, because your opponent will probably see it coming. Now, there used to be, to the left of the top base and to the right of the bottom base, a cliff that went alongside at the same level as the base, and you couldn't actually, like, get to it. It had to be dropped on, but you could like put siege tanks there and Colossi there. Like, I remember Colossus dropping people on that cliff in beta. I did it all the time.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Vile
so
Illusion has not, I was going to say, he obviously has never heard
Ask Dustin
Browder. So, yeah.
Oh, Jeff, you make me smile. iNcontroL, though, important to note that he double gassed before Cybernetics Core, and usually that's when your DT sense is tingling, especially on the older maps.
The only other person I was talking to you about this today as well.
Yes,
wow,
yes, Illusion, you picked up on
this. This makes me so happy. Illusion is getting this education in older StarCraft 2 information.
That's so adorable.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
This is so cute, actually. iNcontroL, it kind of seems like you know, I know people call White Raw Grandpa Toss, but iNcontrol's like Grandpa Toss in this game. He's got like Illusion sitting on his knees, like, you know, when I was younger, we made a lot of jokes about destructible rocks, and these are the maps that inspired them.
There are copious amounts of rocks. Yes,
we had to walk uphill to the enemy base both ways, man. There was no snow tile set yet, but we did have desert, so it was still not a pleasant weather environment.
Well, let's see here as iNcontroL. He's got an incredible amount of gas saved up right now, so we can see almost 300 for the time being. We'll see if Twilight Council gets put down, if he decides to do something else altogether. Illusion, on the other hand, of course, does have a reactor coming up with a second barracks, just one factory for now, and 3 barracks. This is
interesting.
This is a little crazy.
Hellion Marine, perhaps. But I was going to mention, too, with iNcontroL getting his 2 gas before Cybercore, the only other person I've seen do that lately is at IPL4. Tails actually did that against Parting in a PvP, and he went for Fast Blink with Hallucination, which did not end up working well for him, but it was an interesting build, so it kind of stands out in my mind. I was just watching that replay today, so I'm really, really curious to see what iNcontrol's going to do. There's the Twilight Council already. I think a much more logical choice would be Dark Templar, but, you know, we could see Blink as well. There's a lot of room to blink into the main, so you never know.
And we do have a pylon hidden off to the right-hand side. Will suffice as a forward pylon. Could also high-tech if he wants, but of course that makes that reinforcement distance much closer.
Can you blink in from the right side? I think you might look to the right of... okay, there. Yeah, you totally can. Yep. Okay, so he's fine. Yeah, it's such a big base area. Actually, in my remake of this map, I changed it so you couldn't blink in from there.
Yep.
I put an extra gap in there, some trees and things like that.
I do recall your remake. So this is gonna be 3-gate Blink Robo. He'll build an observer and he wants to get in and start picking off add-ons, things like that. And look at this Illusion going very hardcore off of just one base.
Yeah, no
does
kidding,
have
man.
Starport in addition to the 3 barracks and upgrades. Tons of Marines coming up.
This is about as bit by bit as it gets, man.
Yeah,
he's gonna. I mean, you can't support a Starport and 3 barracks off of one base, so he's just gonna make a ton of stuff. Probably even going to see him pull some SCVs. I mean, if you're going with your big attack, you can, leave just enough at home. That Stalker actually could be killed by those Hellions if he micros well. Oh, nice micro, pulling back that injured Hellion. Love seeing stuff like that. Oh, good job by iNcontroL of pulling it back to the cliff. Is he actually going to save it? Nope. Ooh. Doesn't quite save the Hellion, but doesn't do a bad job either.
Drove it back into range. He does critically, though, see a ton of Stalkers and nothing else.
Yeah, that's a good point to make, man.
And let's see here, though, as Illusion's starting to produce 5 Marines at a time. Stimpack is only about 60 seconds away from finishing now. So Illusion on 25 workers, not producing anymore, just enough to support this production.
Well, this is a build that is sort of a variation of what people used to do. We used to see really, really quick 3-rack stim timings. With 2 medevacs, you do need to cut Marines and Marauders for a little bit, so he's going to have a little bit smaller army overall, but the healing power of the 2 medevacs is going to be very, very helpful. So I think we're just going to see a big move out here pretty soon from Illusion.
Well, let's see. He does have an engineering bay coming up as well, so we'll see how that plays into things. If he wants to get Combat Shield first, he may sit on that that one base for a little while longer. iNcontroL, though, he's going to try and blink in a second. There he goes.
There he goes. And is Illusion going to be prepared for this? Oh, he's got units and medevacs, doesn't he? No, he actually doesn't. Oh, 1 medevac being lost immediately here.
Yes.
iNcontroL has the high ground, and he can start targeting things down from inside the base.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to... Well, he's trying to pick off the Tech Lab before Combat Shields was finished up. This is a really good spot for iNcontroL to be right there, picking off these add-ons.
Oh, man, if he kills those add-ons, it is going to be so good for him. He's going to set Illusion so far behind. He's just going to blink right out here.
Yep. Yes, he is.
There he goes.
Watch out. Ooh, loses a couple of Stalkers as he goes, though.
That's a bit messy.
Yeah, a little bit, but, Illusion is sitting on stim, but the medevac count is gone. He does fortunately save the reactor, and that's going to allow him to build 2 more starports now.
Now, where's his observer? Did that get scanned and picked off? Okay, it didn't. All right, so he needs to move that up there. He could be harassing those supply depots right now. Like you pointed out, there is a Dark Shrine on the way as well.
Yes, there is.
Nice.
So coming up back at home, he's sitting on 4 gates as well, so he'll be able to reinforce a lot of units up here at the front very, very soon. Could blink in and pick off this reactor and tech lab one more time if he so desires. Of course, Illusion has not decided to expand at all. Neither has iNcontroL, so this is going to come down to one big engagement.
Oh yeah, it's 1 base versus 1 base. Who's got the most powerful base of all? We're going to find out. Illusion, maybe iNcontroL.
Well, let's find out in a bit, though, as Combat Shield started up one more time. And really was a big deal that Illusion was able to save this reactor. But here comes iNcontroL starting to make his way into the main. He's going to pick off a lot of workers.
Oh, if he's not careful, he's going to get Stalkers trapped here. He had to use a blink to get away, but now he can't blink out of the base.
No, he can't.
He needs to just sit there and take this until his blink cooldown is done. Oh, no, that was a disaster for iNcontroL.
Yeah, that's a lot of units killed there.
What a huge mistake.
We do have a couple of DTs making their way in now, but look, there's already a missile turret established.
Yeah, I mean, the DTs aren't going to be able to do a whole lot with that missile turret there. iNcontroL, I liked his idea of jumping in and then coming out the other side of the base, but, Illusion responded so perfectly, pulling his SCVs to block off those Stalkers, making them blink again. And, yeah, right now, iNcontroL, not quite in control of this game. Oh, man, I used the oldest iNcontroL pun in the book, didn't I?
I knew you were going to do it, too. I felt it coming from a mile away.
That was pretty bad.
That's okay. You're excused.
All right. We'll move on.
Here come the DTs now. Already under fire from a good number of these units. Look at that. Illusion already pulling back, stimming up as well.
Stimming everything, in fact.
Yeah, no kidding. A little bit of an overstim there. A couple of units back would have done just the same thing.
Does he have a scan?
Yes, he does.
Okay, he does.
Yep, it looks like iNcontroL going to run away with one of these DTs, so trying to claw his way back into this.
Oh, Scan has a big range.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. In case you didn't notice, Scan has a large range at DT. It's like, where are my friends at? They are becoming Stalkers right now.
Kaput. Yes.
That's right.
That's true. Hey, a 5th gate being added now for iNcontroL, so he is very, very committed to just one base. He is up by 12 workers at the moment, but down by 18 supply overall. It's a 30 supply disparity in terms of army. That's huge right now.
Yep, generally a one base versus one base, Terran's going to do a little bit better on the bio side of things. You're going to be able to have a little bit bigger army. But iNcontroL expanding here as well, and now he's just going to sit back and kind of play defensive. You can tell he's expecting a drop. I mean, it is the type of map you do see a lot of drop play at. Oh, nice snipe with the observer there. Now, I'm a little bit surprised that iNcontroL hasn't really bothered to try to take any of the Xel'Naga watchtowers. You know, he could put one stalker there and then move the others to a better location because he would know about drops coming.
Right. And TTs are stationed pretty much everywhere for now, so we'll see how much energy is left. Wow, actually not any at all, but so we'll see how many kills these Dark Templar can get. Marauder's getting pretty low, but now Illusion just looking to go through these destructible rocks down at the 6 o'clock position.
Yep, and will iNcontroL be able to defend this? That's the big question here, as second Nexus is getting close to done. Stalkers are going to have to blink out of the main here, possibly. He's just going to walk him down, it looks like, and then blink micro them, but with so many Marines, with stim and everything, it's going to be really, really hard to blink micro against this.
Yes, it is. Look at that. Even another stim up from Illusion right there, trying to chase these units down. iNcontroL just beating a retreat for the time being. One warp gate is already unpowered. He's got a few more units now sitting on the high ground, trying to maximize the amount of damage he can actually do. DT's admittedly sitting in the middle, doing quite a bit of damage, but they are finally cleaned up. This Nexus taking quite a bit of damage as well. Illusion's force starting to get smaller, but iNcontroL just doesn't have a lot of stuff left.
Yeah, pretty decent 20 supply lead right now for Illusion, and look at that. Yeah, just so hard to blink micro against that many Marines. Oh, and I love it. The drop into the main. Oh, he loses a medevac. Whoops.
Yeah, but fortunately the medevac that didn't have a lot of units inside of it.
He does still have a ton of Marines in there. A lot of probes going down.
Yeah.
Risky maneuver by Illusion, but it looks like it might pay off.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to actually. The last couple of units for iNcontroL are about to die. Looks like Illusion gets away with just a couple of units, but now he's up by 40 supply, 62 to 23 at the moment.
Yeah, Illusion lost so many probes there. I think it's going to be pretty much impossible for him to come back. You know, the DTs didn't work, the Blink Stalkers didn't work. Nothing iNcontroL did this game worked, unfortunately, for him. Yeah. So Illusion in a great position, and, you know, he's probably still not going to expand. He's like, all right, well, now you're going to be spending a lot of Chrono Boost and resources on probes to try to get that count back up. That's something I can certainly take advantage of, and I think we're going to see him do just that.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the case now. So iNcontroL trying to saturate these bases, but the economic disparity not as big as you would think, because that's, of course, there's only 6 more mineral patches available for Illusion.
Yeah. So. Being a pro gamer was even more of a risk back then, says Vile Illusion.
Yes. Thank you for that nugget of wisdom, Illusion. Appreciate it.
That's right.
Certainly.
He's teaching iNcontroL all about being a pro gamer. It's nice of him. What is that? It's a bird thing?
That's, what, the critter on the ground?
The critters on this map, man. They're so weird. I remember.
Oh, iNcontroL loses all those valuable probes he just made. He loses the base.
GG.
There's the GG.